Hit record. Okay, there we go. You're good to go, girly.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey guys, so I know a lot of you guys don't know me. My name's Natosha. I am 26 years old. I had to think about that for a second. I joined this business 2 years ago. So I was working full-time as a registered nurse. I was actually a brand new registered nurse when I decided to join this business. And it was kind of random that I got started, but I was like, why not, right? Because I had like tons of student loans. And so I was like, maybe if I can just make an extra $250 a month, that will cover my student loan payments, and then I'll be good. And so I joined. It was in October of 2019, so actually a little more than 2 years ago. And then 3 months in, I went to conference. I went Ruby the day that I showed up to conference. So I was like, ooh, Ruby, like extra money. And I had no idea what this business was going to do for me. I was just like, hey, I'll just take a little extra money here. And then I heard them announcing like all the bonuses and stuff. And so I went, I decided to like just go for it, right? Like who doesn't need extra money? So I went from Ruby to Diamond in 3 months. And then I just kind of sat like at Diamond for a while. I know probably a lot of you guys have like experienced that, but I moved from Arkansas. That's where I'm from. I forgot to say that. I moved from Arkansas all the way to Oregon, so the opposite end of the country. And because my now husband lived there, and I did a travel contract there. So I was working as a travel nurse, making bank, right? So I didn't really need the money. I was just like chilling with those like Emerald to Diamond paychecks for a while. And then when was it? It was in March of 2021. I had just got back. I shall go back. I went to conference for the second time. And about 4 days before I showed up at 4 hours before I got on a flight to go to conference, I found out that I was pregnant. And so I was like, oh shoot, I should probably tell my man before I hop on this plane and leave for a week. So I told him. We were both kind of freaking out. But I was like, okay, here we go. We had just gotten engaged too, so that was funny. And so I hopped on the plane, went to conference, and the whole time all I could think about was like leaving my baby for 13 hours a day as a nurse. Like that just killed me. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I had been wanting to go full time in this for a while, but I just never took that step because I was so scared, and I was making good money as a travel nurse. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna see how it goes. And so then I get to conference, and of course, everybody's so inspiring, telling their stories. And I'm like, okay, I told Haley Koch, I don't know if she's on, she has a really bad migraine, but I told her, I was like, I'm going to do this full time. And I was like, I'm going to be full time and stay home with my baby and be a full time mama. And so I was literally making like $700 a month that month at conference as an Emerald. And I went to double Diamond the very next month, made my first $5,000 paycheck. And I was like, okay, this is great. Let's do it. So I quit my nursing job in May, which is this past May that we just had. And I've been doing it full time ever since. Thank you guys. Seriously, it has been so life-changing. Christmas cash bonuses came out. I was like, I'm going for that. I got 2 of those. And then got my first 5-figure paycheck. I was like, okay, here we go. And then success bonuses came out. And I was like, I'm not going to miss out on this, because obviously right whenever the Christmas cash was out, I was having miles, like literally the day of conference, the September conference. So there was a lot going on. So I was like, I kind of missed out on like a lot of cash. So I'm going for a lot of cash this time. And I've earned 3 success bonuses so far. And I'm actually almost about to earn my 4th one. I just need a few more customers. So that's huge. Obviously, that's a lot of money. I was able to already earn my trip on the Punta Cana trip. And so honestly, guys, this has just been incredible. That's all I can say about it.
That's so freaking amazing. I'm so proud of you. And like, I know that I'm actually expecting baby number 2 now. And I know that just the last couple years, last year and a half has just been like a weird heart, like you were just talking about, like, you know what this business can do for you, you know how amazing it is, but like you just get like a little complacent. You make these like pretty decent paychecks and like you're pretty good with that. But ever since I found out baby number 2 is coming, I've been like, oh heck no, like I want to do all the things. I want to have a huge savings account. And so there's just something about that just lights a fire under you like nothing else. And then like they get here and it's like, you just want more. Like, how can you look at them and not just want like more? So I just think that's so amazing. And so basically I just have like a few questions because obviously like drop some emojis and stuff in the chat if you're like, hi, I would like to earn thousands of dollars in success bonuses. I would like to make 4 or 5 figures a month with my business. So I just had a couple, let me find it. I just had like a couple things that I wanted to talk to you about that specifically I've seen that you're killing it. So you've been killing it with enrolling distributors. That's one of the things that I've seen is you're just like boom DT, like all over the place. So talk to us a little bit about what you've been doing. And if it's changed, that's totally fine. Cause I know what I've done in my business to enroll distributors has changed over the last couple of years with the introduction of like TikToks and Reels. But talk to us a little bit about, tell us how many distributors you're enrolling on average every month, and then tell us what you're doing to get that number.
Yeah. Okay, good. So distributors has always been interesting for me because when I first started 2 years ago, I started enrolling distributors like month 2, I guess, and I was always enrolling distributors. And then for a long time, my average was like 10 a month. But I was enrolling distributors that were not doing crap. Like they were enrolling and then quitting in a week. So I wasn't really enrolling distributors, you know what I mean? So now I figured out my system and I'm enrolling about, over the last few months, I've been getting about 25 to 30 a month. And that is way more than I ever got before. But the thing is that it's not about the numbers, it's about the quality of distributors that I'm actually bringing in now as opposed to before. So you want me to talk about how I'm getting distributors? Okay, so I actually have definitely changed my system a lot over the last few months. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out, but I will say that the number one thing that I have done that has gotten the most distributors is Facebook Reels. And I know some of you guys are looking at me and being like, yeah, girl, I'm not doing that because it's awkward. Sometimes it's weird to video yourself on camera. I'm so awkward. I use my hands too much. But you guys, some of my weirdest and most weird, like awkward videos are the ones that went the most viral. So don't count yourself out just because you don't feel comfortable in front of a camera, because the more that you do it, the more comfortable that you will get. But I would say probably like 80% of my distributors have been coming from Facebook Reels, but I still continue to do absolutely everything. I have a task list that I do pretty much every single day. And if you guys need it, I can definitely send it to you. You can message me, but I'm focusing on bringing in customers and bringing in distributors. And so consistently, I'm doing not only Facebook Reels, but I'm still doing Facebook host to post. I'm still doing Instagram host to post. I'm posting on TikTok and then reposting those onto Facebook Reels. And I'm doing Facebook posts. I'm doing all the things that are known to get distributors, but I'd say most of them are coming from Facebook Reels.
And do you find it's just the ones where you're just like,
yeah,
like just the basic, you guys, it seems so silly. It seems so silly to just like put on a song and just like be pointing at the air. You're either telling your story or you're literally just saying, I'm looking for people who want to make money from home, must be 18 plus and have a smartphone. Dun, 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 dun. Like, I don't fill out the form in my bio. Like, it seems so simple. It seems like, how does that work? But there's something about video content, and that's like what I found too, because like I said at the beginning, I've been part of this business for almost 6.5 years, and there's something about video content that's just so like, people just love it. They love to see you. They love to see that you're a real person. You don't even have to talk in front of the camera. If they can just see that you're dancing and moving and you're a real person and you've got your baby on your hip or you're out with your kids or whatever. I have, I think I have just over 13,000 Instagram followers from my literally like 6.5 years. I already have almost 25,000 TikTok followers, and I've only been doing it for 1.5 years. So there is just so much growth, and there's just so much exposure to be talked about when it comes to video content. When you get on Zooms over and over and over again, and you hear the people enrolling millions of people, thousands of people, and you hear them say, do TikToks and do Reels, and you're like, not gonna do that. You are counting yourself out from literally thousands of people seeing your content. And I can't do that. I can't count myself out. I get too much FOMO. I'm like, no. If Natosha's doing this, like, I gotta do this, because if there's thousands of people seeing her videos, there's no reason why there wouldn't be thousands of people seeing my videos. So it's just basically like you just do you either tell your story or you are just saying like looking for people to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to her, your stuff is public, right?
Yeah, so I'm public, and I do mostly, so a lot of my distributor reels are just pictures. Like, I literally can make them in like 5 minutes because I'm just posting pictures and saying like, I started a side gig and it allowed me to, and then I just post a picture of me traveling and say I travel monthly, or I post a picture of me with some friends and say I met my best friends, and just all the highlights of the things that the business is doing for you. Those are the ones that I do the most. So.
Oh, I love that, because you guys, that's not even being in front of the video. That's some green screen. That's some green screen. That's some, you can be literally a hot mess with your hair up in a bun, not presentable at all, but you can use the pictures that you've taken over the last few years and put it to some music and talk about your story over that. I freaking love that. So you said so do you like post TikToks and reels like for the giveaways? Do you do that too to get up?
I do sometimes. I haven't had one blow up like that yet, but yes, it is important to do those. I do mostly just like a Facebook post for my giveaway, but I do
like a bait post. Yeah. And then you were saying that you do Instagram host to post also. So do you send messages for that, or are you bringing people over from Facebook?
I send messages.
You send messages
on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. You guys, she's not saying, I mean, it's all amazing advice and it's a great reminder to do all the things, but she's not saying anything new. And I think that that's like, I know so many people were hyped for this Zoom, and obviously like this girl's out here doing incredible things, and I'm not trying to bring her down a notch at all, but I think we all get on these Zooms and we think that she's going to say something that's absolutely going to blow our minds, something that we've never heard before, something that no one's ever said before. You guys, she's telling you to make TikToks and send messages. Sorry to burst your bubble. But like, it's the same advice that you're going to get on tomorrow night's Zoom and the next night's Zoom and the next night's Zoom, because it's working, because it's truly genuinely working for her. And she's not the only one. She just is in a season right now where she's built enough momentum, and she continues to build the momentum by doing the things every single day, that she's finally getting these like incredible results. So you were talking a little bit about how like, it's not just enrolling distributors or enrolling the distributors, it's also the distributors that you're enrolling. So what are some of the things, you don't have to bring us through like your entire training process. Obviously we're all part of Jade Hooper's team, which means, and if you're not part of Jade Hooper's team, you have some incredible ambassador upline who has either a training bot or a training system or a training board that you can go off of. But what are some of the things that you feel like are maybe a little unique that you're doing to help get your new distributors started off on the right foot once they've signed up?
Yeah, so nothing really unique, of course, but I do try. So what I've kind of realized works for people is that everybody does learn a little bit differently. So you kind of need to figure out just what people are looking for. Like, if somebody that's like really hands-on and they need you every single day to remind them like, hey, make sure you're posting today, whatever. Or there's some people who are really hands-off and they just do it on their own. So everybody's a little bit different. But for me personally, I have a training that I do. I just walk them through step by step everything that I do every day. And I start out with host to post because that's what works for me. So as soon as they join, I'm pretty much like jumping them into host to post. I'm having them post the giveaway post on their page. And then I'm having them get up host to post, send out 50 messages like right away, getting up some host to post, and just reiterating like the importance of getting up as many as you can every single day. And then another thing that I'm doing is I'm trying within the first, some of my girls around here and they're like, you did not do that. But within the first like 48 hours, if possible, I try to get on a FaceTime with them or a Zoom and just like talk to them, get to know them a little bit, and give them just like my expectations of like, hey, I want you reaching out to me every single day. I want you like continuing in this process, doing these things every single day, like asking them what their schedule looks like, telling them that I'm available a lot of the times if we want to do like a one-on-one call, do like a 30-minute power hour, whatever that looks like, and just being available to them is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also if you are, if you're part of Team Hooper, you know, we have this training bot that also walks them through things step by step by step. And so I don't necessarily do that like right off the bat, but as soon as like we've gotten up some host to post and we've sent out some messages and things like that, I'm like, okay, go through this. And it's gonna, and it's Jade, and obviously Jade is fire and amazing. And like, then while they're going through that, it gives me time to, like you just said, get to know them, get to know who they are and what they're really looking for. And there's something about building that connection with your new girls that if they are struggling, if they do feel like they want to quit, if they're having a hard time overcoming an obstacle or they face something negative, they're that much more likely to, instead of just ghosting you, they're going to come to you because they know that you're there for them and you care about them. So there's definitely something to be said for that connection. I know that's something that Elisa was talking about on the Zoom that we did, was just building those connections with your new distributors and letting them know, like, they're not just a number, they're not just a box, like they're a person. And not only are they a person, but they're a person that you really want to help them achieve their goals in this business. So are you explaining the 4-in-1 like pretty quick, like day one?
Mm-hmm. As soon as they join, we have on our like small group page, we have a video that talks about it. So I just have them watch that right away.
Perfect. Okay, so and then I mean that kind of that goes. I had a question like, how are you helping your newbies complete their 4-in-1? But you're just literally walking them through. This is what I do every day. These are the messages that I send. So I would love for you to just talk about, and this is just going to be for my reds probably, and maybe my blues if you're excited about traveling and like getting to meet people and getting to go to Punta Cana and all of that kind of stuff. But talk to me a little bit about how the ability to earn these bonuses and the ability to earn these trips like Margaritaville and Punta Cana and all these things have just sort of impacted you, have impacted your life. Like, it's no longer about being a triple, a presidential, an ambassador. It's just about how you can work and how you can connect with your team. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, like, I honestly just joining this business has been huge because I'm able to work from my phone. Like, we all know that, like, we literally have access to our work from our phone. So I'm not missing out on moments with Miles. And I'm also able to make more than I was making as a nurse. And that's huge. And mostly because, like a certain rank, you can make a certain pay, but you can make unlimited bonuses. And I used to count myself out on those. Like, before I was getting like $199 or like 99 or 50 or nothing. And now I'm getting like 500 plus weekly bonuses because it's just a part of the new system and how they like, this is how they're increasing our comp plan is by getting these bonuses. So it's just cool that there's that opportunity. And I'm someone that like, I'd say I'm pretty money mindset. So I'm like, when's my next bonus? How can I earn my next bonus? How can I help this girl get her 4-in-1? And guys, like I'm literally trying to catch up to my girls because what? Getting fussy. Because my 3 distributors for my 4th success bonus, they're already done. I'm literally like catching up to them because
And I think like she just said, you guys, it's so much more about just being in that mindset and having that the 4-in-1 chart out in front of you every single day. How many more customers do you need? Do you need another distributor? And just breaking it down like that, for me, especially as somebody who's been in the business for like a really long time, there's something about simplifying it to literally like, you need somewhere between 4-in-1 customers, you need somewhere between 1 and 3 distributors. Where are you at to earn your bonuses, right? And then where are your distributors at to earn their bonuses? And instead of being so worried about going diamond, I mean, how many of you have pulled out a diamond chart and it's made you want to like poop your pants? Like, because it's huge and you're like, that's so much volume and those are so many boxes and it's so many people. When all you have to do is pull out a 4-in-1 tracker, it's 12 customers and 6 distributors, and then those people's 12 customers. But really, when you break, like I being a part of this business for so long and realizing that this is like honest to God, the least amount of enrollment that's ever needed to happen for any bonus that I've ever seen. There's just so much potential there, let alone the fact that they're paying out the bonuses weekly. And then the success bonus is just extra on top of that. So is there anything else that when you were thinking about doing this Zoom tonight that you really wanted to share specifically about like enrolling or just being in a mass enrolling mindset?
Yeah, I think just for me, the big thing is like allowing busyness to be your excuse, because I used to like, here's my thing is that we always think that our stage of life right now is the busiest that it'll ever be. And it's just not true. I remember being in college and high school and being involved in literally everything and taking so many classes in nursing school and studying until midnight and thinking that was like the most busy season I'd ever have. And then I started my nursing job and I'm working 13, 14-hour shifts and thinking that was the busiest season. And now I have a baby and I'm like, wait, okay. So we're all busy and we get that. And that's just like how it works. Like, we're going to be busy, but we can use that as our excuse as to why not to get the things done, or we can use it as our why as to why we are getting things done. Because he's literally my why, and he's the reason that I've been successful, because I know what he deserves. And it's so simple. And I hate saying that because people are like, I don't know, people are like, it's not that easy, but it really, really is. Like, 4 customers and 1 distributor is so simple. And if you have to just take it one step at a time, like, do it. Just do your 4 customers and your 1 distributor and then figure it out from there. But it really is that simple. And then just making sure that you're teaching others how to do the same and how to be successful. It's like, it's just not that hard. And if you're not getting like 4 customers and 1 distributor in an entire month, then you're probably not working, or you probably have a bad mindset. And that's the thing, is that you have to always continue to have a positive mindset and know that you're capable, and just know your worth.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's actually something I was talking about with one of my girlfriends who I know she's putting in the work. I know she's doing these, whether you have a daily list or you're following the DMOs from the 90-day run or whatever you're doing, it's all the same stuff, you guys. It's posting video content, getting a post to post, sending out messages, doing your follow-ups. It's all the same things. And I know that she's doing all the things, but she's really having a hard time enrolling. And it's like, it's partially mindset, but I want you guys not to get all woo-woo on you guys at the end of this, but it's about your mindset, but it's really about your energy. Where are you at energetically? Do you believe that you are capable and worthy and deserving of earning bonuses? And can you genuinely say yes to that question? I believe I'm worthy and deserving and capable of earning these bonuses. Because if you can't say that, then energetically, no matter how much you do and how hard you push, first of all, you're not going to get as much done as you would if you think that you're capable and worthy and deserving, because that's just something we do as human beings. If we don't think that we're capable of it, if we don't believe that we're worthy of it, we're not going to work hard enough to make it happen. But second of all, just energetically, you're going to start pushing away the customers and distributors, because, you know, maybe somebody said they were going to sign up today and they didn't sign up today. And so you give up on them, but they would have ordered tomorrow, or they would have ordered on Friday. And so just making sure that every single day you're waking up and you're embracing this idea of, I am capable, I am worthy, I am deserving. And then you're getting the work in. Maybe you have the best mindset, maybe you do personal development all day long, but it's been 3 weeks since you sent a message out, just asking somebody to put up a host to post. So it's always a balance of both. It's what I've learned over and over and over again. It's always both. It's work ethic and it's your mindset combined. And like she said, it's I mean, you can say it's easy. I just like to say it's simple. It's very, very simple. We overcomplicate it. We overthink it. We stop ourselves. We say we're too busy. We say there's all these things going on. Everybody has things going on, you guys. I'm basically going to get diagnosed with hypermesis gravidarum tomorrow. And I'm 2 tier 2s away from earning my own success bonus. It's been hard. It's been a struggle. It has not been easy to get up and like get it done every single day, but I'm staying as consistent as I can. And I know at the end of the day that consistency is the key. So does anybody have any questions that we didn't go over? This was absolutely incredible. I'm going to look through the chat real fast just to see. Yep, she's just doing the dang thing. Anybody can make videos the way that she's making videos with the green screen.
And I will say with Facebook Reels, it's so weird because all of my most recent probably 20 videos have like maybe 1,000 views. Like, they're not blowing up. But what's interesting is that don't delete them, because I've had so many reels from months ago just continue to blow up. And I literally went back to one that I posted like 6 weeks ago, or maybe 7 weeks ago, and it had hundreds of comments that I didn't even know were there, because you don't get a notification every time. And so just don't delete them, just keep going, because the ones that you posted 2 months ago might blow up any day.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of questions. Do you do any interviewing of distributors before joining, asking questions or anything like that to make sure they're serious?
I actually don't, but I really put my focus into, because I've had so many people interested from Facebook Reels. I've had a lot of messages. I've been more picky about who I'm really like investing in, and somebody who's ready to sign up on the spot, I typically just let them sign up. But if it's somebody who's like questionable or whatever, I'm not really like focusing my energy on following up with them and things like that. I'm really wanting people who are serious.
And that's, you know who's serious, because they're the people who are messaging you. Like, you almost don't even have to follow up with them, except for maybe if you write them down for like a payday or something. Because the ones that are really serious are the ones, that's today. I had a girl who was written down for today. It was her payday, and she called me and signed up with me on the phone before I even had a chance to follow up with her. And that's how I knew like she was really serious about doing it. How long did it take you to get people to interact on host to post or product or product? So host to post or product posts. I'm guessing she means like after you first got started, maybe.
Yeah, so as soon as I started, I pretty much started growing my Facebook right away because I was kind of weird about Instagram. I was like, I don't really want to use my Instagram, which obviously I do now. But when I first started, I blew up Facebook. I added people every single day. Like I remember literally setting timers and like adding new people every hour because I wanted to have that network. And so I honestly have always had a pretty good interaction on my posts, but you do have to make sure that you're interacting every day or at least as often as you can, because that's what's going to really bring people to your page by commenting on their pictures or whatever, and they're going to see, you know, that you're a real person, go to your page. But honestly, the big thing too, I realize is if your account is public, I recommend it because when you're getting followers from Reels, I have like, I don't know, like 8,000 or 9,000 followers from just the Reels that I've been posting for like maybe 6 months at the most. And when I make a post public, all of those followers are seeing it. And so they're commenting on it. So as you start to build a following, it's really important to like make a post public, but obviously not all of your posts, you know, but that's what I do.
Okay, fantastic. And then the last thing was how many messages do you send a day? And then if you will, I know little man, I know you got your hands full, little man, right now. If you will send your task list into the mastermind chat, then we can make sure it gets dispersed out to like whatever teams, whoever wants it. But how many messages do you send out a day typically?
I'll look at my task list, but I definitely send for host posts, I send minimally 100, but there's days that I have to send more and there's days that I have to send less. I'm just getting up my 10. And then on Instagram, I'm cold messaging about 100 people a day, sometimes 200. It just depends on what my day looks like, but I'm constantly messaging.
Yeah, for sure. And then on that note, you're doing it in chunks? Like you're not just sitting down and sending 100,
No.
you're sending like 25, 25, 25, 25 or?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I usually do like 30 to 50 and then I'll just do it a few times a day whenever I'm free.
Okay, fabulous. And then somebody just said like, so you're not making all of your posts public?
I pretty much make all of mine public, but a lot of people are weird about that. So it's totally up to you. But I don't really care if people see my stuff. So I just put all of my posts public.
Yeah, that's how I am too. I'm like, I don't care. See it all. Okay, fabulous. Those were amazing answers. Thank you so much for doing this for me. I know I had so many people who were like, I know you had so many people who were like so curious about what you're doing. And so like we said, guys, not to burst your bubble, but she's not doing anything different than anybody else. She's just doing it at this very maximum level. She's sending hundreds of messages a day. She's striving to get up those 10 host to post a day. She's putting out that video content. We're going to challenge you. Okay, we're going to challenge you. Get up one TikTok, if you're not doing any videos right now at all, one TikTok and post it to Reels and do it every single day, okay? Every single day, and watch the momentum that starts to build. Obviously, if you can do more than that, do more than that, but I honestly challenge every single person to just start putting out one piece of video content a day, and even if it takes you 15 or 20 minutes to make that video, you guys, you're making it on TikTok and then you're posting it to Instagram and you're posting it to Facebook and you can share it in your Instagram stories. So you're multi-purposing this content and it's going to just show people who you really are and show off your personality. Like she said you can be awkward. You can be yourself. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to learn how to dance. You don't have to do any of that. But you can impact lives, you guys, when you make video content. So let's get out there and get it done. I can't wait to see it announced that you earned your 4th success bonus. I can't wait to see you on the beach in Punta Cana, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for being on tonight, honey.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.